Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from sortofinteresting.com, and today you are joining me for an absolutely gorgeous bike ride on a late September morning. And as you can see, we've got the sun in the sky, we've got a beautiful country lane ahead of us, and we've got a good amount of speed built up already. We're heading downhill on yet another series of some of my favourite rural roads. I love this little section here where you've got the two opposing bends making a very loose sort of chicane style bit of road there. And to our left-hand side, at the closest point to Wales, we're going to come within a mile of the Welsh border. So we're on English roads, heading down towards Salatin. Everything you see is going to be on English tarmac. But these gaps in the hedges you keep seeing are very often giving you a little insight into Welsh scenery in the distance. And what a beautiful area this is. We're just at the back of a place known as the Racecourse, which is a little hill with what used to be an actual old horse racing course by my hometown of Oswestry. And then you drop over the back of that and, well, as I say, you can just run away and disappear into Wales if you want. And it all looks like this sort of scenery. As you can see, we actually met a car there, so I decided to turn around and bike back up the hill a little bit, which sums up how energetic I was feeling, as I hadn't been doing many proper good distances on my bike. This was ultimately about an 11-mile round trip, but you can see how we can rattle the speed up so quickly on these lanes. And how, well, you can imagine in the winter coming up here in cars and all sorts of fun and games must go on in these rural little villages. We're now coming down into Salatin itself, which is a good little indication of what a lot of these small villages are like in this particular area, where you've got different styles of buildings of different ages, some of the old stone walls, old stone buildings, more modern brick buildings, and, well, I love the way that you've just got all these little lanes. I mean, look at how these twist and turn around the place, and how the houses, obviously, in years gone by, you didn't have to worry about big tractors and traffic going up and down, so the houses were practically on top of the paths and the roads. But you can see, I mean, that's practically a right angle corner we've just gone around. And as you see, we passed through Salatin with incredible swiftness, because there's not too much there. You've got your traditional village church and your pub and stuff like that. And then we're straight back out into the countryside. And ultimately, the first place of any real note that you'll find in this direction is Weston Rhyn, somewhere that many people who've followed my videos over the years will be very familiar with, where my friends used to live. And when I lived on board Narrowboat Hilly before I moved on to dry land and then bought another boat, check out my other videos to see the new boat. I would moor up just down the road from Weston Rhyn at Chirk and Chirk Bank, and so I'd always be up and around and hassling me friends. And that's a good thing, that long before I ever dreamed of having a boat, I used to walk this way to my friend's house, and I'd be doing like something about, I think it'd be, let's think, I think I'd end up doing about a 14-mile route walk to go and visit my friends and then to get back to Oswestry. And, well, they were very energetic times, which, like I say, I'm very glad that I put those incredible years before having a boat to good use in the outdoors, building up my stamina for walking and cycling. Because, obviously, when I bought a boat, cycling became my main form of transport to commute to friends' houses, to family, go into work. And, yeah, it's been an interesting time over the last few years. But anyway, as I say, I just really wanted to share with you more of these beautiful roads and some of these places that I've loved for many, many years. I mean, you're looking now, it must be a decade or so since I first walked and then had the first initial adrenaline moments of cycling down these roads. And I'm sure there's an old video that I did with an old GoPro before you had any decent image stabilisation like you can see here on the GoPro 6. I'm sure I did a video biking all the way to the boat at Chirk Bank via this route, which when I think of how much this was an 11-mile ride when I was visiting my mum in Oswestry. And I thought, I'll just go out and have a wander around, strap the camera to me and see where we get to. And as I say, it's a big hill to go up to have this much downhill. And ultimately putting some beautiful weather in September to good use. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do consider checking out my other videos so you can see all sorts of stuff from my boat life and all sorts of local scenery and things like that you've seen in this video. As always, please consider checking out my short books available for the Kindle and as a paperback. And well, find loads of links to me all over the internet in the description below, and just have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it bike worthy, keep it boat worthy, keep it interesting, and of course, my friends, farewell.